Now what I did 2 weeks ago was I went to Belfast and Roy was there and all these other people and then lots of other people who do work like we do.
Bryony Beresford catches up with a group of 14 to 19-year-olds with special needs. She's showing them a film they helped to make about what's important to them.
Oh, there we are.
Look, there's
Jeanette, is that you doing your hands?
They love seeing photos they've taken being used in the film and priorities they've identified up on the big screen. These pupils from Applefields School in York are consulted regularly by staff from the University of York's Social Policy Research Unit. They help in refining questionnaires and research methods and to identify issues that need looking at.
You can't find out about a young person's life by talking to anyone apart from themselves. Finding out about disabled children and young people's lives by working directly with them can be challenging if there's issues around learning difficulties or communication impairments. But as a unit, that's something we've always prioritised and really been at the forefront of moving forward so that we can have methods that allow these children and young people to directly participate in research. A good example would be the way that they really flagged up how important their homes are to them and the way that if they live in a house that's not suitable for their needs, say they're a wheelchair user, how that can really restrict their lives at home. So that's an example of a research topic that came out of consulting with families.
The partnership with this special school is an integral part of the Social Policy Research Unit, or SPRUs, work, which feeds into service design.
These young people are connected into the development of those services. So I hope through this that they will see a real outcome for them in terms of what they feel they should be receiving, what support that they should be receiving. I think the other important thing is that these young people have an opportunity to express their views and their opinions.
OK, Betty, they tell me that you might have some trouble with eating. Is there anything particular?
Yes, a fork.
You have a problem with a...
Yes.
You have a problem holding a fork? Oh, well.
SPRU has also just published a major report on reablement for the Department of Health. It's timely as the government has recently allocated an extra £70 million to primary care trusts for this.
Home care reablement's a new approach within home care services, and rather than the care services doing things for people, making their beds, getting them dressed and so on, the workers encourage people to try and do more things for themselves. We've also looked at what the services do. We've done observations of reablement visits. We've talked to the staff involved in delivering services. We've talked to the users and the people who've used the services and their carers. So we've been able to look at the outcomes, the benefits for people who've used the service.
All our research is designed to have an impact on policy and practice if that's possible. There are two different sorts of impact. There's sometimes a very, very direct impact. For example, research we did a couple of years ago looking at specialist services for deaf children who have mental health problems led to a very immediate change in the way that those services were delivered.
Andrew, when you make choices about what you like to do when you're not at school, at the weekend, after school, does anyone help you make the choices?
Yes.
Yes?
Research fellow Dr. Wendy Mitchell helps 18-year-old Andrew, who has muscular dystrophy, to take part in some research. He has limited speech and this method means he can contribute where previously he may have been excluded. The unit does research in 4 areas: children and young people's social work, children and families, which covers disability, adult social care, and welfare and employment. In 2010, SPRU won the Queen's Anniversary Prize for Higher and Further Education for transforming research into policy. They make a point of disseminating findings to local authorities and policymakers throughout the UK.
Doing applied research as we do, we have to ride 2 horses. We have to be academic, we work in a university, we have to do the things that universities require us to do. But on the other hand, we also want to make a difference. We want to make a difference in policy and practice, and that makes life quite difficult sometimes. So to get this sort of recognition through the Queen's Anniversary Prize was wonderful for everybody, absolutely wonderful.
The relationship we have with SPRU is really important It's one of our community partners, and as a special school, the work that we do with our partners here in York is essential, and I think this is a fantastic opportunity for our young students to shape the delivery of services both locally and nationally.
So looking forward, SPRU will maintain its commitment to rigorous, high-quality research, working with service users so that their voice shapes the services they want and need in the future.